How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rumours, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, guys, I want to do a bit of a kind of roundup video, basically like a Pokemon Switch rumor roundup video for everything that's happened since yesterday and today so far. Everything I've been sent, everything you guys have wanted me to take a look at. I'm going to take a look at everything so far and do a little bit of a roundup instead of making like 5 different videos talking about like one single topic. You know what I mean? So I thought I'll go through all these things because it wasn't anything crazy today, but there was some updates on the localization because here Pokéexperto actually put up like some information about that, which I think is important because I already did a video on that before. We have some Pokemon Go stuff people wanted me to talk about because there's this new Pokemon Go shirt that has a Lapras with a Eevee on its head. So people want to talk about that, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of speculation, and some other stuff is also here to talk about. So let's get started with this one first. Now, first things first, the Pokemon Company Incorporated continues hiring people for localization of games. Localization specialist Spanish does not appear anymore. So he puts like a post here, an image from the April the 11th versus April the 21st, and if you take a look here, right, as you can see, at the bottom right there, I know you guys can see that, it's pretty, you know, far, like, zoomed out or whatever, if I do that and zoom down there, you can see it says, Localization Specialist, 1 year FTC, Japanese to Spanish, and that is apparently now gone. If you look to the next image, it does not actually appear anymore down there. It's actually fully gone now. There is no longer a specialist needed for Spanish, but there is a freelance translator needed for Japanese to Spanish. So that means that they're still hiring people. Clearly, I mean, you know, people are going to one by one, you know, disappear from this list eventually, or they can still, you know, stay there for a long time. But depends on. But we do know that the translation and the localization of video games does take you know, not too long of a time, but it takes usually 3 to 4, like 3 months, I think, is when I last like looked into it. Like that's how long it usually takes, and you work on like a month-to-month basis, but usually you work for 6 months on the translating of the games. But I guess that really depends on, I may be wrong there, but either way, this is good information because that means that they're clearly, you know, progressing within the localization, and the faster that's done, the faster we can get information on when the actual game's going to be coming out, because when they released a trailer, they usually release the trailers for the games when they showed them off, like on all the Pokemon channels. So you have like a Pokemon UK channel, Pokemon Japan, Pokemon Deutschland, like Germany, Pokemon, like you have different countries essentially, so it makes sense that they want to have translations done and that sort of stuff prior to actually like putting anything out there into the public, because, you know, they want to make sure that every kind of region gets their little thing. So that's something important that I want to go through because, hey, we've talked about localization previously, and we know also that Pixelpar once mentioned that localization was ongoing, and, you know, I mean, localization or, like, the translating of certain things was already done, and he said he could confirm that, but then again, we don't know if Pixelpar actually knows anything, or if he's just kind of pulling things out of a hat and just kind of guessing. But either way, so next thing here is Get Ready Trainers. We've added a brand new avatar shirt so you guys can show your support for hashtag Earth Day. Now, the reason people wanted me to talk about this, by the way, this is just really stupid, right? I don't think this actually has any correlation at all with the leaked image. I just found it funny because people kept tweeting at me like, hey dude, hey, this is similar to that image we've seen, this is very similar, what could this be, you know what I mean? Like, people were just kind of like going crazy about it. Yeah, I'm not that big of a conspiracy nut, guys. I know this is just a Lapras with a Pikachu on its head, no big deal, honestly. It's just a Lapras with a Pikachu on its head. I don't think it has any correlation. Though I do find it a bit sus, though, being like, okay, you know, I mean, we've seen a lot of Lapras recently. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. We had the Eevee with the freaking... we had the Lapras with the Eevee on its back from the Eevee Project Eevee Twitter. We have this now with Lapras and a freaking Pokemon on the head. I don't know. It's a bit weird, but I don't think they would be doing that as a hint. You know what I mean? It seems a bit redundant. But yeah, either way, so that was one thing people wanted me to talk about. And next up here is a post from Corey Denverus. And it's actually a Swedish Pokemon magazine confirms new info. Release date 29th of May. Seen my leaks yet? It's on my Twitter page. And he wanted me to check this out, right? So here's the thing, right? I can read this. This is all in Swedish, so I'll actually translate it. So we'll start from the top here, right where it says, Besegra Giovanni in Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. That just says, defeat Giovanni in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and then the name of this, like, magazine is Robot, which is actually a real magazine in Sweden. This isn't just some random stuff that somebody put together. This is actually how it looks like, and I'll show you some of their actual other editions, but these guys do a lot of stuff. So at the bottom here, you can see, Pokémon till Switch, allt vi vet om nya Superspelet. That just essentially says, Pokemon for Switch, all we know about the Super game, or like this upcoming, you know, crazy big game or whatever, And then also you have something about like Kortmästerskap. Vi besöker Sveriges största TCG-turnering, which just says Card Championship or TCG Championship. We visit Sweden's biggest TCG tournament. So nothing special there. And then Mega Pokémon as well. Utvecklarna Pokémon plus våra egna mega-utvecklingar. So yeah, now you may have seen this image if you've looked at this like leak. It's not really, it's just literally just a magazine, but they made their own Mega Ursaring. Now the person who sent me to this, Corey, was assuming this was real. He couldn't read Swedish, so it would have been hard to understand, but they made their own custom Mega Ursaring or whatever, and then just he thought that they right down here said like the release date of the game, but all it really says right here, the 29th of May, is just when the next issue of the magazine is coming out, and that's the 29th of May. So nothing really crazy here, to be frankly honest. Nothing of like major value is going to be shown here, but it's very interesting because you can see right here they've done videos, not videos, but rather magazines about this stuff in the past as well. You can see right here they had their own like custom like dream Pokemon, but yeah, it's very interesting, I'll tell you that right now. And this is a pretty big like publication or magazine or whatever in Sweden. I've seen it a lot of places. Usually kids read it, and you can find it like every library or whatever. But yeah, nothing important here. Just want to kind of show it so that you guys know that this is just don't look at this and assume it's real. I can translate it for you in Swedish, and all it is just their own custom-made stuff. I just want to make sure to point this out because I think some people may think it's real, and I want to make sure to clarify that. In simple terms, it even says here on the front page, utvecklar dina Pokémon plus våra egna mega-utvecklingar, which just, that last part, våra egna mega-utvecklingar, just means our own mega evolutions. So they made their own. So don't look at these and assume they're real. I'm just going to tell you that right now, guys. These are not real. These are just fan-made, or rather, they've made them themselves. Which, by the way, is a really cool thing that they do. I didn't actually know that the magazine did this sort of stuff. They actually have a specific Pokemon magazine that they release specifically just about Pokemon every few months or so. This is pretty interesting. By the way, guys, the one that was mostly important in terms of actual news was this one, as you guys may know, from the Pokemon Company Incorporated, hiring more localization people for the games, which is very interesting. So yeah, that's going to be that, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, simply just slap the like button down below, subscribe for future videos, and also check out my other video from today, doing a top 5 countdown of the best fan games of the week. So check that out, guys, if you do want to see that. Either way, thanks so much for watching. My name is Rumours. Have a great day, and bye-bye.